All right, now that I've got all my materials cut down, I'll run you through my hand notes. So as you can see, I actually started kind of dabbing a little bit on my tool cabinet on some of the changes, but we're doing the lumber rack, and a lot of times I'll put a question mark just until I figure up what's going to be the best solution, and just hand sketch things out. Then I'll do kind of a three-dimensional view, and this has actually got a little side uh, piece on it where I can put smaller pieces here and on the edge. Didn't realize till after I got done that that actually looks like a flag from the side. So that's why I did a three-dimensional view. So what this will be for plywood, sheet goods, and all of these will be for materials, as well as out here I'll have plenty of storage to put long pieces of lumber as well. Then I just basically break it down to my rough end dimensions and some of the other changes, make them here. Then I kind of figure out where I need to be, and then I will actually draw. I don't do these on the computer. I do all my drawings and stuff by hand. I found that sometimes it takes a little longer to click and drag and figure up all this other stuff. I can just do it on paper as quick. So I do all them by hand, but I'll do another one here and final dimension and draw and layout and everything. I've actually got, hold on a minute. So I've actually got some of my previous, and I still have yet to build it, but this is the rough end, and then I'll go back in and draw it a little cleaner and a little more dimension. This was my tool cabinet, and naturally this would be upside down, but here's my rough sketch of the tool cabinet. And if you notice where I drew this and realized that I didn't add the little small drawers for storage and stuff there, so that's when I went back, did a top view and a side view, and then went back and drew everything. And like I said, this is just a rough estimate because things change as I built them. As you notice, I didn't do cabinet doors. And this is with my rough sketch of table saw station. As you notice, I don't have an outfeed table, so I will be incorporating hopefully my table saw with the outfeed table and router and everything built in, so figure up dust collections and things like that. So that's the basic gist of how I do things. Like I said, you notice I didn't have an outfeed table. A lot of people don't, especially a lot of the woodworkers that's just getting started into it. So it's not, don't let anybody tell you that you can't do it, because you can. You can do anything that I've done with a jigsaw and a skill saw, minor tools. But like I said, I've gotten into this full time, so I'm really kind of accumulated some better tools and stuff along the way. So definitely the outfeed table is on my to-do list. But like I said, you see my lumber rack, and there's just so many ideas out there. You need to figure what works best for you. And I usually try to tend to consolidate to where if I can get this and this into a smaller area, then I'll do it. I was in music for 12 years, and I actually had a full stack, and I always brought 4 guitars with me. I had another rack system where I had compressor, an effects processor, an EQ, and switch bays, and everything, and the digital effects also, you know. So I had a rack system that I had on stage, and basically all that equipment takes up a good bit of room on stage. So what I did was I took all that stuff and measured it and figured where I could put it into my amplifier and it not get affected by anything. And I actually had I know you've seen the wall hangers where you fasten them to the wall, hang your guitar up there. I put one on each side of my guitar cabinet and two on the back. So that large space that I took up on stage just took up the same space as my whole stack. So it made it a lot easier. It was a tad heavier because I mounted everything in my guitar head, and it made it a little heavier, but nothing I couldn't handle. So yeah, if you can utilize something and get better use and workflow out of a space, like I said, I'm your average guy in his backyard in a garage building stuff, and people won't admit it. I'm lazy, you know. I get some stuff and I just throw it down. You know, it'll be there tomorrow. It's not moving. So I've got to try to get a little more organized. That's why I did the tool cabinet. So if you would have seen the before, where this was just pandemonium, then you would have understood why I did. And if you go on my Instagram page and scroll way down in the feed, you'll see why. So yeah, but yeah, I'm gonna draw up some more, get this stuff figured out, and then we will start building lumber rack. Stay tuned.